You guys knew this review was coming.
But what can I say?
So hello and yes, welcome to another video, and of course today we're going to be going over, as promised, Jeff Lynne's new album, Alone in the Universe. So then, going to be a really exciting video. I'm going to do my usual. I'm going to give you a bit of information on the album. We're going to go over each track individually. I'm going to show you my copy of the vinyl record, and then we're going to give it a mark out of 10. But before we get started with the album review, got a couple things I want to say. First off, I know this is a music channel, but I just wanted to show my sympathy for what happened in Paris last week. Terrible, horrible thing. So I just wanted to say how sorry I am to everyone involved, and it was a really horrible thing. So, you know, just wanted to say that. Also, the lighting in my room, I know it's not good. I really wanted to put a review up today because I have no other time during the week, and I said I'd get a review of this album up soon. And if I just turn my camera here, hopefully you guys will be able to see outside. It is just typical British weather. It is raining like crazy. So it's grey. I've got my light on. I've done the best. I've switched the light bulbs about because my lights are horrible. I've got a yellow one. I've got a white light. I've just tried to make the light as best as I can. I've got my little lamp on. So I'm sorry if the lighting's not good, guys, but I've done my best. So I hope it turns out okay when I upload it on YouTube, because the videos always look different when I'm editing them, and then when I get them up on YouTube, they look completely different. But anyway, okay, I'm going to slow down now because I'm getting excited, because we're talking about an album which I've been waiting so long for. It's an album which has taken us about 15 years to get. Well, 14, nearly 15. We're going to round it up to 15. But this album here we've been waiting so long for, and it did not disappoint one bit. So if you couldn't guess by my little shrine here which I've made for the background, don't forget the little CD there, we're going to be talking about new Jeff Lynne album. Jeff Lynne all the way. This guy is great. He's awesome. So, as I say, information, track listing, show you my copy of the vinyl record, then we'll give it a marking out of 10. Okay, so then, this is the 4th studio album by Jeff Lynne, solo. However, it is the first album under the title Jeff Lynne's ELO. Now then, we did get the Hyde Park concert was under the name Jeff Lynne's ELO. This is a bootleg though, so whether you want to count this or not. So technically it's the second vinyl, or it's the second album in his catalogue under this name, because we have the live album as well, but that's a bootleg. But you have the Blu-ray as well here, which of course it comes under the Jeff Lynne's ELO name as well. So it's the first album under that name. 4th one in his career. You had Armchair Theatre, then we had Zoom, then we had the covers album Long Way, and now finally we're back with original pieces on this album here, and came out on the 15th of November, UK charts. I don't think it's official yet, but it's at number 3, I believe, and I'm pretty sure it's going to get number 3. Unfortunately, it won't get 1 because we've got One Direction and Justin Bieber's new albums out, which are just 2 jokes, really. How them albums there, which have been so produced, their products, they're not actual musicianship on them albums. It's a joke that them two really beat this album to the number 1 spot. But hey, you know, kids these days. There we go, I sound like a grandpa or something. And unfortunately, of course, we got Adele's new album out next week. So that's going to just completely stop Jeff from standing a chance of getting a number 1 spot when the One Direction Justin Bieber stuff fade out. So unfortunately, Jeff, it's just a bit of a bad time to put this album out. I think if Jeff had put it out 2 weeks back, he would have got the number 1 spot. And I don't think anyone's going to stand a chance, because as soon as Adele's album starts to calm down, you've got Coldplay's coming out. So unfortunately, number 1 spot, Jeff, I think you literally put it out just the wrong point. 2 weeks ago, maybe even a week ago would have done it. So it's a shame, but anyway. So this album here, Jeff decided to do after doing the Hyde Park concert in 2014 September. September 2014, he done the Hyde Park concert. And I remember hearing that because I had gone up to northeast England to Great Yarmouth. And I remember driving back, 2-hour drive, and of course you had Billy Ocean and Blondie on. And then, of course, Jeff Lynne come out and was the finale to Hyde Park. He was the big name. They always bring the big names out last. And I remember hearing the whole thing on the way back from Yarmouth, and it was magical. I remember listening to that entire concert live as it happened. Fantastic stuff. It was so good. And I think you could tell Jeff was enjoying it as well, because he was like, blimey, this is great, thank you guys for coming out, thank you, this is great. And, you know, he kept on saying his usual bit, well chuffed. So you could tell that he was having a good time. And after that, listening to him talk on it in an interview here on the One Show last week, he said, you know, after doing Hyde Park, he wanted to get back into it. So this album hasn't been 14 years in the making. He's taken his 14 years off or so. And after Hyde Park, he's got serious about writing new songs and then recording this album. And this whole album was recorded himself at home. It was just him and the producer, or well, not the producer, sorry, the engineer. I forget his name. It's not written on the back. Oh, engineered by Steve J. So Steve J and Jeff Lynne's album, there's no one else involved here in the making of these songs. You know, they're all recorded in his house. And if you buy this Blu-ray, you get a documentary there called Mr. Blue Sky, which is fantastic. Because it shows you, because that documentary was made when Longwave came out, shows you how Longwave was recorded. And this album was recorded exactly the same. Just around his house outside of LA. His whole house is his studio, which is so damn impressive, because the sounds he gets from this album sounds like it probably would have taken a lot of other artists months to capture them in the studio. So it shows how good he is. But anyway, we're at 6 minutes, 7 minutes nearly now. I've rambled on long enough, so let's get down to the tracks. Let's get started. So the first track up was the single, When I Was a Boy. It had a fantastic music video as well, just showing all these different characters, Jeff as a boy, and all these ELO kind of hints, you know. Easter eggs there, we call them, you know, kind of like, ah, you remember that? You remember that? Did you spot it? So it was a cool music video. Nice piano opener, opened up great. It had such a nice raw kind of sound to it at points in this song. The drums kick in about a minute in. It's like he does this nice piano opener, sounds good. All of a sudden you're like, okay, is the song going to go anywhere? All of a sudden you get the drums go, and then the song just kind of lifts up a bit and you're like, wow. Wow, Jeff, why is it taking you 14 years to give us another song? You could have given us some more music like this throughout the past 14 years. But anyway, we can only hope for the future that we're going to get a lot more good music like this from Jeff. But anyway, going back, you know, the vocals are just fantastic on here. The lyrics are great. This is probably the best lyric song on here. Because I'm not going to lie, the lyrics on this album aren't fantastic. But this song here has some of the best lyrics, because he's singing about when he was a boy, you know, he used to dream about all the things he'd like to be, you know, and he's singing about, basically, before he got famous, you know, all he wanted to do was play music. So, it's fantastic. A great song. Nice guitar solo in there as well. It's just fantastic. So, and then when we move on, now we're going to move on to the next track, Love and Rain. So, nice guitar riff opening it. It sounds fantastic. The lyrics are a bit weaker on this song. This is one of the ones where the lyrics kind of like, but to be honest, it doesn't matter. Because on this album, Jeff captures the choruses on each song so well. But when we get to the chorus on this song, you just forget about the lyrics. You're like, whatever, we don't need lyrics. Listen to how good this sounds. This would have worked well as just an instrumental. So it's so good. Just brilliant. It turns into a great song. And there's a nice guitar riff actually in the chorus. And what song does it remind me of? Strange Magic a bit. Like the do-do-do-do-do. Just that it's really not too similar to that guitar riff, but it kind of just tweaked in my mind just then. It sounds a little bit like that. A little bit. Not too much, but it does a little bit. Okay, so another great song there. Now we're going to move on to the song Dirty to the Bone. So Dirty to the Bone, this song kind of feels a bit like a Travelling Wilburys number a bit. Just kind of hints at Volume 3 that the Wilburys done, I'd say. And it also reminds me, I mean the lyrics a bit, you know, the concept of the song, but the sound of this song just reminds me so much of Zoom. Nearly half the tracks on this album remind me of Zoom. You know, it's great. More of a raw guitar sound, which Zoom had. And this song kind of picks bits, elements of Zoom up. And it sounds great with the double vocals. They kind of double time on his vocals in the chorus. And it sounds great. Kind of sounds like some classic 80s ELO. From Time and more Secret Messages and Balance of Power kind of sounding with the doubling on the vocals, kind of like when Jeff and Bev Bevan used to sing. And you know, it's great, one of the best guitar solos on this song as well, so it's fantastic. Then we get to the track When the Night Comes, which was the second single, I believe. I remember hearing it on the radio. I just got a new game console, the PlayStation 4, so I've been sitting downstairs a lot just playing on that lately. And I always have the radio on in the background because you know, what's so good about listening to games? So I've had the radio on lately, and when they were promoting this album like crazy, I remember that song come on. I didn't even realise that he'd released a second single, and it blew me away because it didn't sound like Jeff, really. The opener, it was like, wow, this is interesting. This is different for Jeff. Lyrics is much better than Dirty to the Bone and Love and Rain, because them two are a bit weak on lyrics. But another great chorus, another great guitar solo in it. What more could you want? Fantastic song right there. So then we get the track which closes side 1. So only 5 tracks on side 1. The Sun Will Shine on You. Now, first time I heard this, I was like, yeah, weak song now. But it's grown on me. It's now one of my favourites on here. Slowest song on the album. Brilliant vocals starting it, though. It really is just about the vocals on this song at the start. And then about a minute in, of course, kind of similar to When I Was a Boy, the drums kind of just do-do-do-do, and then, you know, song kind of picks it up, takes it to another level. But then it likes to slow down again. So it's a good balance here of its temp throughout the song. And it works well. He's done a fantastic job at balancing the 2 speeds of this song, and it just works together so well. It's just a beautiful song. Reminds me a lot of... So it kind of feels a bit like a song off of Secret Messages to me. I mean, I always kind of go back... I think this song kind of gives off a bit of an 80s ELO feel, and I would lean towards Secret Messages more over Time, because Time still had that kind of 70s element to it as well, and Balance Power was just full-blown 80s. There. So I think it kind of fits in the middle there with Secret Messages, has that kind of sound. So now we're moving on to side 2, and the first track which opens it up is probably the weakest song on the album for me. Ain't It a Drag. Now, Ain't It a Drag is a more rocky song. It's a great song to listen to. It's good to get your foot tapping. It's good to get into. It's a lot of fun. The great chorus again, but I don't know. This song, the lyrics just don't really work for me too well. And, you know, it's okay. It's not a bad song. It's just one of the middle-of-the-road songs where you're like, okay, this is good. But it's not as good as the ones I've heard. So it's kind of like middle of the road. I like it, but I don't love it. It's middle of the road. But then it picks up with one of my favourites on the album, All My Life. A lot slower than Ain't It a Drag. Just great vocals. The lyrics get a lot better as well. The chorus here is brilliant, though. This is probably my favourite chorus on the album, because the lyric, the gel, because they've taken about 3 takes of Jeff's vocals here. They've blended them all together, and they work so well on every level. They just sound so great. It sounds so much like it kind of sounds like what Jeff would have done for a chorus on Zoom. Going back to this one, but it sounds so good. It's just such a innocent, peaceful kind of song, and it just works on every level. So fantastic song there. Next track up is I'm Leaving You. Another one that reminds me of Zoom, but more long wave. I know Jeff really got into making this album long wave because he done a lot of promoting with that documentary, Mr. Blue Sky. And you know, you can really hear elements of songs like Beyond the Sea, you know, She as well. You kind of get them elements of them songs in this one. They just kind of hint, you know, kind of a reminder of long wave here, this song. But, you know, it's got some of the best lyrics on this song, in my opinion. Vocals are great. Chorus is great. Another good song. Really enjoyable. Okay, so now we're on to One Step at a Time. Much faster song. Much faster. Picks it up a lot. Doesn't do too much for me, though. The chorus is brilliant, I must say, though. Very good song overall, but I kind of have similar feelings to this one as I do as Ain't It a Drag. I mean, both good songs, but neither of them are as... They're the weaker ones on the album for me. Still great stuff. And then look at this. I am going to go over the 2 bonus tracks, by the way, but we are actually at the final proper song on the album, Alone in the Universe, and it is a beautiful, beautiful song. Lyrics, there really aren't much lyrics to it. In the first minute, he literally sings the line Alone in the Universe like 3 times or something like that. You know, it's so good. There's so many little things happening in the song which you don't realise, that you don't pick up on. So if you just download it and listen to it in crap quality, you're not going to hear it. But if you put the vinyl on or the CD and you just crank it up, you're going to hear all these little things going on in the background which make this song sound so special. It's a really nice song. The lyrics get better when the song picks up. It's just a great balance again between that slow element that the song has and then this fast, kind of more upbeat, well, a little bit more upbeat side that this song has. So it's fantastic. And then, of course, bonus tracks. So we only get 2, unless you buy the Japan version, where you get another track, which I've forgotten the name of, and I haven't even heard it. So I won't be talking about that one. But I'll talk about the 2 main bonus tracks. So you got a song called Fault Line. At first I thought, well, I know that Jeff's really good friends with Tom Petty, so I was like, is he covering that Tom Petty song from Hypnotic Eye? Because I love that song. But no, it's not that one. It's a much faster, rockier song. I think this song should have been on the album over Ain't It a Drag, because this is a really good song. It's better than probably 4 or 5 of the songs on the actual album itself. So it's a really good song. Great guitar work, sounds fantastic. Kind of sounds a bit rocky. Maybe something out the late 50s, I guess it kind of hints back to. Obviously with a more modern sound, but really good stuff. And then the last track is called Blue. This is the only song out of all 12 tracks that I've talked about where I'll say I don't like it. I'm sorry, Jeff. Every other song on here is great. You're a master. You're a genius. But this song here is... I'm sorry, Jeff. I don't want to be too mean, but the word which I'd use for this one would probably be boring. It's not very good. I mean, I get why people would like it, though, because it does have a catchy sound to it. It's got this style in it, which is kind of uncapturable. You know, it's got a great... It sounds like Jeff to the bone, but the lyrics are just very poor. And the song kind of repeats itself. It repeats. It doesn't really go anywhere, and then before you know it, it's over. So it's not a very good song, that one. But other than that, every other song on here is really good. So then now, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the point where I'm going to show you my copy of the vinyl record. So I haven't opened the gatefold, but what I'm going to do is, I've got my CD here, which I have opened, and I'll show you the gatefold in that. So the CD is really cool, because the Amazon exclusive, because in my shop where I work, Tesco's, they have loads of copies of this without the bonus tracks, and they do not have this really cool 3D cover. So that's really nice. So if you can, get it off Amazon. Make sure you get the one with the bonus tracks. It's only an extra £2, you might as well. There's the back. Now, I like the picture of Jeff, but it really looks like it's being photoshopped on by someone my age or something. So the back cover, good picture. I like seeing the ELO symbol on there, but it's not very professional. But then we get to the gatefold. So I'm going to hold this up nice and close, because there's a lot of stuff happening in here. Like, you've got pictures up here. You can see the long wave photo there. Some pictures of Jeff. So loads of things. You've got a gold disc. You've got Jeff's guitar. You've got the old radiogram down here, which is used on the back cover of Long Wave. What else we got? You've got the ELO symbol up there. So there's so much happening on this gatefold. So unless you're fussy like me, who likes to keep it in the shrink, because I've already got a copy of the gatefold here to look at, if you're just getting the vinyl, take it out the shrink. I would. I have the CD, so I'm kind of like, yeah, I've got the gatefold, but there's a little book you get with it. I'm going to go a bit faster, because the video's getting quite long now. Get all the lyrics. There's a picture of Jeff in his studio. Me and one of my friends here, James Larbham, in the vinyl community, he managed to point out here Beatles mono box set up there. CD one by the looks of it. And you can see some Travelling Wilbury stuff there in the background, so really cool. A lot of cool stuff to look for in this. And then you get the spaceship there. So really nice CD there. Really nicely done. I remember when I got this through, I mean, you guys, if you want, you can check out my unboxing. It was the last video I uploaded. I was so excited. They've really done a nice job. Just wish the back cover looked a little bit better. Vinyl copy, of course, exactly the same. Unfortunately, they didn't go with a 3D cover, but hey, whatever. It's a brilliant cover. Really is a great cover. I mean, I love seeing the ELO ship. Jeff there kind of looks like his hair's more straight here, which his hair is today. It's not as curly, so it looks a modern picture of Jeff. I love these fields here. Kind of looks like something out of Close Encounters or E.T., like a Spielberg film. And the back, exactly the same. Tracks down there. You don't get the bonus tracks on the vinyl, which is really silly, I think, considering the album's only like 32 minutes long. There's the spine, which would be my only complaint about the album. It's a little bit short for me. I mean, I don't like long albums, because my other friend in the VC here, Ross Goodall, who of course is a big Jeff Lynne ELO fan as well, he said that it leaves him wanting more, and I get that. I agree with him, but still, 36 minutes is a little bit too short for me. I think if they'd extended some of the songs to about 5-minute length would have been much better. Inner sleeve, ELO ship. And here it is. So fantastic there. They've done such a nice job on it. So yeah, that's it for this video, guys. It's been an interesting one. It's been an adventure. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I mean, I had to review this album. I've already played it like 10 times. I just love this record. Jeff has come back with a fantastic album. It's great. There really isn't anything bad on it. It's just so well done, this album. Jeff, this has to be one of the best comebacks ever made. So well done. Thank you for the new music. And I really hope that we get to see some more stuff from Jeff soon. I'm sure now that he's joined Columbia, they're going to be kind of pressuring him to get some new stuff out. Or do some concerts, of course. You know, he's doing his 10-day, or his 10 concerts. I think he might have gone up to 11 or 12 now. I was lucky enough to get tickets for the 22nd on the second booking for the O2 on a Friday. So I'm really excited about that. Got to get myself an ELO t-shirt to wear to it. But yeah, that's it for this video. What am I going to give it out of 10? This album here deserves a solid 8 out of 10, I believe. I say anything above a 5 is bad. Anything under a 5 is... Anything above a 5 is good, sorry. Anything under a 5 is bad. So, it's above a 5. Anything above a 7.5 I'd say is a great album, because it's past the 3/4 mark. And this here gets a solid 8. So this is a great album. It really is. If you haven't heard it, and you do like to consider yourself an ELO fan, you need to pick it up. You need to hear it. It's a fantastic record. So good. And if you haven't got into ELO yet, and you're wondering where to start, this actually wouldn't be a bad starting place. It's a great album. So anyway, that's it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Please like the video, please subscribe, and please leave a message. Thank you very much for watching. See you guys later. Bye.